कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Mai Jai Sudarshan. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu Me. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu Me. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Gaura Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Gaura Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिके। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रहे। Hare Krishna, welcome you all for this morning class on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Today we will be discussing from Canto 1, Chapter 13, verse 25. Tasya api tava dehaha ayam kripanasya jijivisho paraiti anichataha jirnaha jaraya vasasi iva tasyapi tava dehoyam kripanasya jijivisho paraiti anichhato jirno jaraya vasasi iva tasyapi tava dehoyam kripanasya jijivisho paraiti anichhato jirno jaraya vasasi iva tasyapi tava dehoyam kripanasya jijivisho paraiti anichhato jirno jaraya vasasi iva. Please recite. Tasyapi tava dehoyam kripanasya jijivisho paraiti anichhato jirno jaraya vasasiva tasyapi tava dehoyam kripanasya jijivisho paraiti anichhato jirno jaraya vasasiva tasyapi tava dehoyam kripanasya jijivisho paraiti anichhato jirno jaraya vasasiva tasyapi tava dehoyam kripanasya jijivisho paraiti anichhato jirno. Word to word meaning, translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki. Tasya, of this, api, in spite of, tava, your, deha, body, ayam, this, kripanasya, of one who is miserly, jijivisho, of you who desire life, paraiti, will dwindle, anichhataha, even unwilling, jirnaha, deteriorated, jaraya, old, vasasi, garments, iva, like. Translation: despite your unwillingness to die and your desire to live even at the cost of honor and prestige, your miserly body will certainly dwindle and deteriorate like an old garment. Purport: the words kripanasya, jijivisho are significant. There are two classes of men. One is called the kripana and the other is called the brahmana. The kripana or the miserly man has no estimation of his material body, but the brahmana has a true estimation of himself and the material body. The Kripana, having a wrong estimation of his material body, wants to enjoy sense gratification with his utmost strength, and even in old age he wants to become a young man by medical treatment or otherwise. Dhritarashtra is addressed herein as a Kripana because without any estimation of his material body, he wants to live at any cost. Vidura is trying to open his eyes to see that he cannot live more than his term and that he must prepare for death. Since death is inevitable, why should he accept such a humiliating position for living? It is better to take the right path, even at the risk of death. Human life is meant for finishing all kinds of miseries of material existence, and life should be so regulated that one can achieve the desired goal. Dhritarashtra, due to his wrong conception of life, had already spoiled 80% of his achieved energy. So it behooved him to utilize the remaining days of his miserly life for the ultimate good. Such a life is called miserly because one cannot properly utilize the assets of the human form of life. Only by good luck does such a miserly man meet a self-realized soul like Vidura, and by his instructions get rid of the nishines of material existence. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvise Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So once upon a time there was a king who had 4 wives. Okay. So the king, he would give so much love and attention and care for the 4th wife, the youngest one. And he'd give a lot of support, care and love, so much jewelries, so many clothes, palatial buildings. He was giving to the 4th wife. And the 3rd wife, what he would do, he would take around to other kingdoms, go for a tour, show other kingdoms. So he would enjoy like that with the 3rd wife. And the 2nd wife was a little bit more knowledgeable, mature, understands the things better. So whenever he faced some problem, some mental problem, some physical problem, so he would approach the 2nd wife and ask guidance. She would tell. And the first wife, who was very, very loyal, very chaste, very much loyal, very subservient to the king, but he would never pay attention to the first wife. She was loving the king so much, but the king was not paying any attention. He lost interest in the first wife. So a time has come, because he is king, he is enjoying so much, lavishly, very luxurious. So a time has come that he has to give up the body. So he is just lying, he became old, now he is lying on the bed. He called the fourth wife, said, in few days I am going to leave, will you accompany me? Because generally when a husband dies, the wife also enters the fire, isn't it? That's Sati Sahagamanam. That's the culture. So the fourth wife, so he asked, will you accompany me to the fourth wife? Fourth wife said, no, you go, why I will come? I will not come. You die, why I should die? I will not come. His heart was broken. All the life he was giving so much love to the fourth wife, and fourth wife said, I will not come. Make your own way. Then he called the third wife, said, you see, no, I'm very old now, I'm going to leave my body. Will you accompany me? He asked. Third wife says, no, once you leave, I will marry another person. I will marry another king. I want to enjoy. Why I will die? I will marry another king. And after hearing this, his heart was much more sad, broken. Then he called the second wife. And again the same thing he said. Said, I'm leaving now. Whenever I had a problem, I came to you. So when I die, will you follow me? Will you accompany me? Then she said that, see, all the life you had many problems. I helped you. But this time I cannot help you. I am very sorry. I helped you all the life. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki. Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Sodhara Maharani ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. So she said, all the life I helped, that's okay. But this time I cannot help you. Please, tata, bye-bye. So that answer came to him like a thunder, all these three answers. So he was so much in pain, no one is coming with me. And suddenly there was a voice from behind, I will come with you. Wherever you go, I will come with you. And who was that? The first wife. Said, I will come with you. Then he was crying, whole life I did not pay attention to you. Still you are so much, subservient to me. You are so much serving me with so much loyalty, honesty, chastity. So then that was the only little bit of satisfaction that he has. So what is the moral behind this story is the fourth wife whom the king so much he pampered, so much care he took, so much he loved. Who was that fourth wife is none other than our body. We all have the body, material body. So we are keeping every day this body very neat and clean, beautiful clothes, jewelries. Yeah, just like how the king was giving to the fourth wife, so much attention. So similarly, a common man, he gives so much attention to the body, isn't it? So you see outside, go outside and see how many shops you will find regarding clothes, how many shops you will find regarding jewelries, cosmetics, crazy. People, 99.99% people are bodily conscious. So they are giving so much attention to the body. But at the time of death, will the body come? Body says, you go your way, I will be here. Body cannot come. The fourth wife said, I cannot come, get lost. Body says, no, I cannot come with you. You may be giving me so much time, so much care, but in the end of life, I cannot come with you. The third wife says, what is the third wife said? I'll marry other person. So that is nothing but the wealth, the properties that a man possesses. Once a person dies, the wealth and the properties whom he was thinking it's mine, it's my property, it's my land. So where it goes? It goes to another man. The third wife said, I'll marry another king. So all your money, your bank balance, your properties, land, estates, everything, it will be taken by other person. Either sons, if not sons, government will take, if not government, kabja. Others will take away. So that is our properties, money. And the second wife, what was the second wife? What she was doing? She was giving all good advice. But at the end, what she said? I cannot help you. So they are none other than the family members and the friends. In our whole life, we will be having so many difficulties. We go ask them questions, guidance, etc., etc. Some will help, some will not help. But even those who help, can they help us from not dying? No. The dearmost friend, material sense, also no one can help. No one can help a person from death. And the final, and the elder, first wife, whom he was not caring his whole life, at the end of the life, still she said that, I'll come with you. And that is Paramatma in the heart. Whole life, Paramatma, Krishna says, Sarvasya chaham hritisannivisto matta smritir gnanam apohanam cha. Vedascha sarvair ahameva vedyo vedantakrit veda vityeva chaham. I am giving you remembrance, knowledge, forgetfulness. The food that we are eating is given by God. The air that we are breathing is given by God. The water that we are drinking is created by God. The sunlight is given by God. We are not paying any electricity to sun god. But so much sunlight, you see this much light, if you want, how many lights you have to, how many tube lights you have to put to get this much light. So all these things is given by the God. But a common man, whole life is just worried about his body, bodily relations, but not the Paramatma, the Supreme Lord. But still, the Lord says, I will come with you life after life to remind you that your eternal home is in the spiritual world, Vaikunta. It's not here. Even after death, who comes with us? Paramatma only, right? Who accompanies us? Paramatma. Bhaktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam nattvamam shantim richade. Not in this life, next life. Life after life, eternally. Krishna is the real friend. But whole life the king did not pay attention. It's like he did not pay attention to the first wife. So whole life a common man is not paying any attention to the Supreme Lord. But the Lord is so merciful that He is thinking always for the welfare of the soul. And He comes again and again. He does so many pastimes. He gives so many books, so many holy places He manifests, so that we develop the relationship back. We develop back the relationship with Him. That's the moral of the story. Why I told that story? Because the current context of the Dhritarashtra is in that what Vidura is trying to explain him, rather he is blasting Dhritarashtra to give up the doggish way of life and go out, get out, do tapasya, do austerity, go worship the Supreme Lord. Her whole life, what he was doing, Dhritarashtra, he was just sitting on the throne like this and just enjoying that post, but doing practically nothing, neither stopping any wrong thing. In the previous sloka, we have seen how Vidura was saying Dhritarashtra that you insulted the wife of Pandavas. So many insults happened, so many injustices happened, but still he was silent. He was not taking any action. Because he was just worried about himself and his sons. Bodily consciousness. So Prabhupada writes here in the purport that Kripanasya Jijivisho are significant. So there are two classes of men, one is Kripana, another is Brahmana. Kripana means he has facilities, he has the resources, but he doesn't utilize it. Actually, Kanjus. Kanjus means who? Who has money, but he doesn't give. Right? That's Kanjus. So Kripana is the one who has the facilities, who has the resources, but he doesn't utilize it in a proper way. So therefore he is addressing Dhritarashtra as Kripana, because you are wasting your human form of life. In the purport, Prabhupada writes that he spoiled 80% of his achieved energy. 80% of the energy is lost. So very 20% is remaining. So at least utilize that properly. And Brahmana is the one who utilizes all the resources in a proper way. Where do we hear this word Kripana? Where else we hear this? Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava. Who was saying this? Arjuna. What he was saying? What he was saying? He has weapons, he has so much energy, so much power, parakram, but still he is saying that I cannot fight now. Kripana. I have so much energy, resources, but I cannot fight now. That's the meaning of Kripana. So there are two types of nitis, Bhishma niti and Vidura niti. Bhishma, he was always tolerating whatever insults happened, injustices happening. He was always tolerating. He was not speaking anything against. So one is tolerating principle. So what Bhishma did, because he said that I will always protect the throne of Hastinapuram. So king, I will always respect the king. And Vidura was not like that. Vidura was always correcting Duryodhana. And that's what, Duryodhana, he insulted Vidura. And Vidura corrected, and he left back. He left outside. He left for Tirtha Yatra. So Vidura was always correcting. And even chastising. Now he is chastising Dhritarashtra to get out. So there are two types of nitis. Either you tolerate or you blast. So Vidura is trying to open his eyes to see that he cannot live more than his term and that he must prepare for death. Since death is inevitable, why should he accept such a humiliating position for living? So this is the duty of any man, who is, who has realized that, he has to give up his life, but still he is attached to so many things in the world. That means he is Kripana. He is not utilizing his human form of life properly. On the other hand, we can see how the great devotees of the Lord, right from their beginning of their life till the end of the life, how nicely they utilize their body in the service of the Lord. The best example that we have is Srila Prabhupada, who even at the end of his life, what he was doing? He was translating Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And, if you read the final days of Srila Prabhupada, Leelamrit, if you don't cry, that means life is useless. If you don't cry reading the final days of Prabhupada, your life is useless. Such intimate dealings were happening between Prabhupada and his disciples. All disciples were crying how much love they have, how much devotion they have to spiritual master. And Prabhupada completely detached. And still he was translating Bhagavatam, completely detached. Those days, those final days were so intense. The relationship was so intense between Prabhupada and the mood was so intense in those final days. So in those days, even when Prabhupada was just few days before leaving, Prabhupada said to Lokanath Maharaj was doing this Padayatra Bullock cart. So he told him, I like this idea. Please arrange a Bullock cart for me. I will also come for the Padayatra, traveling Sankirtan. And Maharaj was very inspired and immediately arranged a Bullock cart. So there is one group who was saying that Prabhupada should go out. It is his desire and we should follow the order of our Guru. So they were supporting that. There are other group who was taking care of Prabhupada personally. They know what is the situation of Prabhupada. His body is not there, only bones are there. That is the situation, completely emaciated. How can he walk? How he will travel? And that too bullock cart. Bullock cart means so many ups and downs, jumpings, jolts. So how he will travel? Because the doctor is saying he cannot tolerate that more than 2 hours. But still Prabhupada is saying, no, let me go. I will go, he was saying. So that the other group was trying, no Prabhupada, it's not good, please stay back. So there was so much, debate and argument between the both groups. No, Prabhupada should come out. We have to follow his order. Other group is saying, no, Prabhupada, no, it's not good. Better he stay here. So, but finally, Prabhupada, they could convince Prabhupada to stay back. He did not go out. So, even at the end of his life, Prabhupada was thinking how to preach Krishna consciousness. Completely out of bodily consciousness. Now, even in young age, our bodily problems starts. At the age of 15, 20, 30 also, so many bodily problems start. Prabhupada was completely beyond bodily consciousness. That is how great devotees are. They don't care for bodily, problems. And you can see how even now Prabhupada's disciples are traveling all over the world, all Maharajas. His Holiness Jayapataka Goswami Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. They are traveling all over the world, even at the cost of, even bad health, still they are traveling. This is how a great devotees are. So I'll just read few, lines from what Giriraj Maharaj is writing about the final days of Prabhupada. So Prabhupada spent his last 3 days with his disciples at the Krishna Balaram Mandir, and the last day he did not speak. His only words were in the morning when the Kaviraj asked him to drink some juice, and he replied, what Prabhupada replied? Meri kuch ichha nahi. I have no desire. And what Dhritarashtra is here? He is still thinking to enjoy. And a common man in this world still has so many desires. He is just still thinking about his properties, about his family, sons, grandsons, great-grandsons. He is thinking about them. We can see the ideal, nature of a pure devotee, great devotee. Meri kuch ichha nahi. I have no desire. And after that, Prabhupada did not speak. He was in a completely internal state of consciousness. And the devotees surrounded him with kirtan. For the last few hours in the afternoon, the leaders opened up the doors to everyone. Young, old, children, men and women, all were allowed to be in the room with Srila Prabhupada to reciprocate love with him. Then at about 7:26 p.m., his tongue and mouth moved, Hare Krishna, and he left. So when a person is in such Kripana consciousness, just like Dhritarashtra, such people really need such people really need a strong guide like Vidura. Vidura was blasting. That's what Prabhupada is writing here. Only by good luck does such a miserly man meet a self-realized soul like Vidura, and by his instruction gets rid of the nishayans of material existence. So therefore, and after this, Dhritarashtra understands, what mistake he was doing. After Vidura blasted, explained him, he understands the mistake and he goes out, does tapasya, and he gets liberation. So only by good luck does such a miserly man meets a self-realized soul like Vidura, and by his instruction gets rid of the nishayans of material existence. So sadhu, what is the meaning of sadhu? Sadhu means one who cuts. What does he cut? He cuts the attachment. So sometimes the words of sadhu are very strong. Just like Vidura, he is speaking strong words. Because such strong words are needed to cut off the attachment. So when we get some strong words, you should understand actually it is for my purification. It's like he was just enjoying, Dhritarashtra was just enjoying, and Vidura cut off that attachment. So having such sadhus in our life is very, very, fortune for us, because they can cut our attachment. Okay, any questions? I'll stop here. Can take a mic.
And, thank you very much, Prabhuji. It's a nice class. Your story is very good. In that, most of us are married multiple times to multiple people actually. So, brahmachari means he should not have these 4 wives. Sorry, he should not have at least other 3 wives. He should have only the first wife. So, एक ही बार शादी करना है. Otherwise, even those who
not only brahmachari, even grastha also. That's only Krishna. We are not the enjoyers. We are not Purusha. We are all Prakriti. On the spiritual level, we are all Prakriti. We can never be enjoy. If you try to enjoy, you will only suffer. That's what the scripture says. You try to enjoy, you will only end up in suffering. So we are not enjoyers, we are not Purushas, we are Prakriti. Krishna is the enjoyer. Yeah.
No, I mean, at least we should recognize we have so many wives and we are maintaining them, we are struggling to maintain them. So we should remove the attachment to those wives, as you said.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, you told that because Paramatma or the Supreme Lord, He goes with us always, He lives with us, life after life, so we should pay attention to Him. But we know that our subtle body, mind, intelligence and false ego, they also come come with us, birth after birth. So should we pay attention to them also? Like, because they also are assisting us in every life, birth after birth, mind, intelligence and false ego.
Paramatma is what? Paramatma is the expansion of the Supreme Lord. I mean, what is Paramatma? Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, who is staying in the milk ocean, he expands as Paramatma in everyone's heart. It's not something material. It is a spiritual thing. He is there as Paramatma and he is there as Bhagavan also in the spiritual world. So that's how in a higher level you should understand. Paramatma means not just, okay, life after life is coming, so this subtle body is also coming. You can't compare Paramatma and subtle body on the same level. Paramatma is spiritual, he is the Supreme Lord. Subtle body is material, mind, intelligence, false ego, this is material, this is subtle matter. And you are soul, so you and matter, soul and matter cannot have any eternal relationship. It is coming with you, but what it is coming with so much garbage with you. So why you have to pay attention to that? It is coming with so much garbage in the mind. So you have to pay attention how to clean that mind. Not how to, follow that what the mind is saying. Subtle body is matter, it's material energy. Paramatma is spiritual. Atma is spiritual. Paramatma is expansion of the Supreme, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, and who is plenary portion of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So that is how you should understand. He is a person. Paramatma is a person. Subtle body is not person. It's a material, it's matter, it's material energy.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
It is coming. What it is coming? You see its face now, what is there inside? It has only all duplicitous natures. It only has lust, greed, pride, all anarthas. So you want to pay attention to that? No. Paramatma is pure personality. Ashnaviram Shuddham Apapa Viddham. He is completely pure. He is sinless. He is not having any material body. So you have to pay attention to him. Mind has only all dirty things. So why you want to pay attention to the mind? Okay, any other questions?
I mean, from this, what we can infer is, one can be with the chaste wife and unchaste wives we should give up. I mean, all other things are always changing. Mind also changes, intelligence changes, ego, false ego also keeps changing. So everything changes. So we being permanent are unchanging person. So we should also have attachment to that unchanging personality, wife, first wife. So otherwise, unchaste wives, we should not have any attachment.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, you are mentioning that we are Jivatma Prakriti.
Yes.
We are not the
Go
enjoyers,
on.
Krishna is the enjoyer. Prabhupada, I guess somewhere I heard that we are being parts and parcels of Supreme Lord. We have tiny enjoying spirit. We are tiny enjoyers. Is there anything to do with that?
See, Krishna's Ananda is supreme. Because he is supreme, his Ananda is also supreme. We are his part and parcel, so we also Satchit Ananda. Our nature is to be always Ananda. Okay, but we are very minute. And when we will be having Ananda? When you serve Supreme Ananda. When you serve Supreme Satchitananda, then small Satchitananda will have Ananda. We have the same quality what Krishna has, but quantity Krishna has unlimited. Sat, eternality. Chit, Ananda. This is the quality. Okay, this is a quality. Eternality, knowledge and bliss. This is a quality. But Krishna has how much knowledge? And what knowledge we have? In terms of quantity, it's unlimited. His form, even though he is Tribhanga form, but he is unlimited. He has a Vishwarupa form, unlimited. We don't have that. You know what is the size of Mahavishnu? Or Garbhodaksha Vishnu? What is our size? 6 feet. What is the building size? Ceiling size? 10 feet. What is our building size? 70, 80 feet. What is the size of Hyderabad? How many kilometers? Huh? How many kilometers? From one end to another end. At least 50, 60 kilometers. What is the size of Telangana? How many kilometers? 500 kilometers from north to south, north point to south point. India? 3,000, 4,000 kilometers. Globe, Earth, what is the size of the Earth?
6,400
Huh?
kilometers.
6,400 kilometers. No, it's more than that.
Radius 12,800 kilometers.
What is the size of sun?
Into 14,000.
Huh?
Into 14,000.
So where all this, this is nothing but, this is just one Bhumandala. There are 14 mandalas. And what is this? This is just a stem of a lotus flower. So imagine what will be the size of navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. How many kilometers it will be? Then understand his stomach, how big it will be. Then understand his body, how big it will be. So how can we compare ourselves with God? We are tucha. We are infinitesimal. We are infinitesimal. But quality is same. Quality is same. Quantity, Krishna is unlimited. So we are also enjoyers, but how much you can enjoy? Our enjoyment is there in giving enjoyment to Krishna. That's our real enjoyment. Naturally, our nature is to be blissful, Ananda, but that we can only get that Ananda when we are serving Krishna in the pure spiritual platform. Okay. Our nature is to be blissful. You can't avoid that, to be blissful. So, because we are part and parcel of the Lord, Lord is Anandamaya Vyasa, is always blissful, so we are also blissful. But now we are in very morose situation. Why? Because we are thinking to enjoy in a material sense. That's why. It's illusory. Okay? We'll stop here. One question there.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Prabhuji, we see that we don't get any chastisement.
A time will come. Everything has a time. Wait
But-
for that.
But Prabhuji, what about the current attachments that I have with so many things?
Cut with the sword of knowledge. You have Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, read that and cut that attachments. You hear Bhagavatam every day, you read Bhagavatam, you chant the holy names, that will cut off your attachments.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Prabhuji.
And a time will come, auspicious time will come to get chastisement. Okay?
Yes,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Kantirat Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.